Hey, so check this out. At this point, we can now fully automate the entire process of taking someone who commented on a post into a conversation and then turning that conversation into a conversion, whatever that means for you, whether it's sending them to a landing page, qualifying a lead, setting up a demo appointment, whatever that looks like, you can do all of that now entirely automated, entirely on autopilot. So you can see here that I just commented on my test post and it immediately sent me a DM as well as reacted to my comment with a like and a post, a reply right there. And so in here, we can set up ZappyChat AI to actually have this conversation and move it beyond whatever your lead magnet is or whatever your initial call to action is into whatever the next process is in your funnel, whether that's qualifying them for a demo call or asking a few questions before sending them to a landing page or just engagement in a conversation there. It can all be entirely automated, totally on autopilot. No manual action whatsoever. So let me show you what that looks like when using the ZappyChat snapshot and how you can make that seamlessly align with creating conversations there. So what you will need to do is create a new workflow. What I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to give you a rundown of what I have here in this workflow that I just set up, but then I'm going to go create one from scratch for anyone who's looking for step-by-step process on how to do that. So if you want some step-by-step workflow building, that'll come in a minute after I run through this. If you're just looking for generally how it works, you can check this part out and don't need to watch the rest of the video. So what we basically have is this new trigger Facebook comment on a post, and we have it set up synced to the Facebook page and qualified what type of post it is. You can also set it up via trigger words or containing words and filter it based on that. And then all I've done is set up a workflow that fires our reset webhook so that the AI isn't referencing past conversations. Say if this lead was part of a reactivation in the past, we wanted to have a totally fresh conversation based on our call to action and our offer here. I also removed the alert user and the stop bot tags just in case. I added a tag comment just so that I know who commented on this and have some tag to segment them in my own workflow. I then used this new respond on comment action where I could like all the comments and also set it up to reply with a variety of responses and to rotate through those. And then lastly, I updated the AI status to make sure it's on and turned and updated my intro message to match what I'm about to send. And then I sent out that intro message right here. Hey, contact name, just let me know your best email and I'll send over your guide on how to turn comments into convos and convos into conversations. Another thing you could actually do is you can set up buttons in here. So maybe instead of getting the email, you want to just give them your lead magnet right away. You can send a button to send them directly to your website, to your lead magnet right there. The difference there is that you are driving them towards a landing page straight away rather than going for a conversation. Both work totally great, and ZappyChat will still be on in Messenger if they ask any questions there or reach out there. So it's still good to have the rest of these steps on that side. So that's a quick general walkthrough of what I did there. Next, I'm going to show you what it looks like to build this workflow from scratch in case you need help with that. And I also want to show you how I would set up the email to set up the workflow to actually send that email so that it's actually doing that. So I'll do that piece first and then show you how to build that comments to combos workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new workflow from scratch. This is going to be to send that email, to send the lead magnet. And so I'm going to call this send lead magnet. And we are going to create a trigger that is contact response. Sorry, it's actually customer replied. That's what they call it. So they call it customer here, which is slightly different. And we're just going to say that they replied and they have the tag. And I'm going to use whatever tag I wanted to use in my sort of trigger post. So you'll remember in there, I created a tag called comment. So I'm saying whoever has this tag comment, when they reply, then I want them to come into this workflow. And I'm going to say if, and say email is not blank. So I'm just going to name this branch, email is not blank. In this first drop down, I'm going to select contact details, search for email, and say is not empty. It's that second to last option. So we're setting up a condition that if the email is not blank, that is the email is not empty, it's going to go down this left path. If it is empty, it's going to go down the right path. Now, if the email is not blank, that means they provided us their email and they have it. And so I'm actually going to send an email. And so here's where you could put in your email with the lead magnet. So send them the lead magnet and send that email so that it actually goes to them. But also, before I send that email, I'm going to add one other step to remove that contact tag comment so that they don't come back into this workflow again, meaning we only send that email once. Another way you could set it up is you could potentially add a tag here that adds them to another workflow that sends the lead magnet. Different options with workflows, but this is where my brain initially goes. And maybe we want to add a tag as well, just to mark that they received the lead magnet. So maybe we just add a tag called lead magnet and add it to them. So that's how I would handle sending that lead magnet, actually making sure they get it, making sure that's published, and also turn on allow reentry, since they're going to need to come in here potentially more than once if they don't give their email initially. And so that sets up that. Now I'll show you how to create this this sort of post automation from scratch. So this was trigger comments to combos, and so I'm just going to create that from scratch. So once you have a Facebook page integrated, you can use this post type called Facebook comments on a post, and you'll select your not your location, your page. Select which page you want to base this automation on in case you have more than one integrated, and then select published post. I'm not entirely sure what custom does just yet, so stay tuned for more information on that. And then here you can select the specific post. So if you want to set it to a certain post, obviously you need to post first before you set that up, and then you can select that. Or if you want it to activate on any post, you can remove that criteria altogether. You can also add additional filters like contains phrase or even exact match phrase. So this is where if you want to say comment goals 2024, so you can say only trigger this when it says goals 2024, and there's your trigger. So we turn on the trigger there. One other option here is that you can track first level comments only, so it doesn't respond to the nested comments, people replying to other replies. And so that's a good way to make sure that it's just hitting the high level replies, not engaging with every single reply in there, every single nested reply. So once you have that, what we're going to need to do is prep the AI accordingly, and then set up our outbound message to get it going from there, and then the AI takes over from there. So I'll walk through the new steps first. So first you can reply to a comment. So if I just search comment, respond on comment is what they call it. And so, you might just say, great. You can add multiple responses, which rotates it through randomly. And you can also set it to like all of those comments. Liking comments is great because it generates more engagement and helps the algorithm along on that side, I suppose. So you can respond on comment. And then the other new piece is the Facebook interactive messenger. So here's where you're going to select reply to comment via DM, meaning that they sent a DM, so we're now sending a reply. And so we can say grab your lead magnet here. Whatever your call to action is, you can add those buttons. You can set a wait step period for default wait in case they don't click on the button, and it'll just move on after that set amount of time. Those are the things you can customize on that. So that's how you, let's see, I missed a field. Oh, I did put in a button, so grab it here. And we're going to select open website. You can do call number. I don't think they have any actions at this point, so maybe it's just opening the website. And that sets up a basic automation here. Now, if we want to make sure that ZappyChat is set up for success on this, then we're going to add in a few additional steps. Crucially, we're going to want to update the intro message with that same, sorry, that's going to be an update field step. with the same copy we're using in this message so the AI knows what's coming. So if we're saying grab your lead magnet here, then I'm going to do update contact field, click add field, go to intro message, and update that field with grab your lead magnet here. So maybe I call it update intro message field. Another field that we're going to want to update is to make sure that the AI status is on. So you can click AI status, make sure that's on. And so maybe we say intro message and AI status and save that there. We're also going to want to use the reset conversation webhook. So that is a get type. You'll do a webhook type action, do get, and then it's this chat.botwebhook.com/reset?ID equals contact ID. You can also get that from the membership area, copy and paste there. So that resets the conversation. Their intro message is on and the AI status field is on. We're going to want to remove alert user and stop bot just in case those were added from previous conversations. So remove tag, remove alert user, remove stop bot. And then lastly, if you want to have a tag to signify that someone has been through this workflow, you would add that tag as well. So I'm just going to use that comment again. So I'm going to publish that. I'm going to leave the settings to not allow re-entry since likely we only want this triggering on someone commenting the first time. We don't want to send it to them every time they comment. And that is all you need there. So that's a way to trigger conversations off of comments and then use ZappyChat AI to continue that conversation towards a booked appointment by updating your prompt to feed it towards a booked appointment or towards a landing page or towards qualifying the lead. Whatever conversation you want to have, it's now totally possible to automate from comment to close all across HighLevel and ZappyChat AI. So check it out. Let us know if you have any questions, and good luck out there.